Here's a puzzle. Delta Airlines, one of the world's most advanced carriers, still operates a jet that most airlines abandoned years ago, the Boeing 717. It's small, aging, and no longer in production. So, why is Delta keeping it around? In today's deep dive, we'll uncover the surprising logic behind Delta's love affair with this so-called orphan jet. From hidden cost advantages to a clever fleet strategy that actually makes sense. The Boeing 717, officially known as the MD-95, was designed for short to medium routes, seating just over 100 passengers. It's the final descendant of the iconic DC-9 family. Production stopped years ago, yet Delta remains its biggest operator, with roughly 80 aircraft flying today. To understand why Delta loves the 717, we need to go back to the 2010s. Remember AirTran Airways? When Southwest bought AirTran, they didn't want the 717s. So Delta stepped in, acquiring the fleet at a bargain. Overnight, Delta had the perfect jet for routes too big for regional planes, but too small for 150-seat 737s or A320s. What started as an opportunistic acquisition became a core part of Delta's short-haul network. And instead of phasing them out, Delta doubled down, investing in training, maintenance, and support to make the 717 work efficiently. The 717 was built for speed, quick turnarounds, and durability. It's tough, efficient for short hops, and performs beautifully on shorter runways, perfect for cities like Atlanta, Nashville, or smaller East Coast routes. With seating for about 110 passengers, it hits a sweet spot, large enough to offer jet service, but small enough to maintain high load factors. In other words, the 717 fits Delta's network like a glove. It's the right size for the right markets, a rare combination most airlines don't need, but Delta does. Now let's talk money. The 717's biggest secret weapon? Low acquisition cost. Because few airlines want them, Delta picked them up cheap. That means smaller loan payments, less depreciation, and more flexibility. Yes, the 717 burns more fuel per seat than a new A220 or A320neo. But Delta looks at total cost, not just fuel. When you combine low purchase price, high reliability, and a perfect size fit, the numbers often work out in Delta's favor. And replacing them isn't free. Training new crews, buying new jets, retooling maintenance, that's billions in transition costs. So Delta's logic? Keep flying the 717s you own, as long as they make money. One of Delta's biggest strengths is TechOps, their world-class in-house maintenance division. While other airlines would pay a premium to maintain an orphan jet, Delta does it all internally. They've built the supply chains, trained the mechanics, and even stockpiled spare parts. Delta can overhaul engines, repair components, and even salvage parts from retired jets. That keeps costs predictable and downtime minimal. Most airlines couldn't justify a 717 fleet, but Delta has the infrastructure to make it profitable. The 717 gives Delta something powerful: flexibility. They can deploy it on high-frequency business routes, smaller leisure markets, or as a schedule balancer. And passengers get a full jet experience, not a cramped regional cabin. In short, the 717 isn't just surviving, it's thriving in the right niche. For Delta, it's the Goldilocks jet. Not too big, not too small, just right. Of course, keeping the 717 isn't risk-free. Parts are getting harder to find. Fuel efficiency lags behind modern jets. And environmental pressure is mounting, from carbon taxes to noise regulations. And when the time comes to replace them, resale value will be minimal. But Delta's betting they can squeeze out another few profitable years before the economics finally shift. So what's next? The most likely successor is the Airbus A220-100, already flying in Delta's fleet. It's newer, quieter, and 25% more fuel efficient. But ramping up replacements takes years and massive investment. Until then, the 717 remains a reliable workhorse. Replacements will come slowly, one route, one aircraft at a time. So, is Delta crazy for keeping the 717? Not at all. They're playing a long game, one built on smart economics, operational fit, and technical know-how. While the world sees an aging jet, Delta sees a tool that still earns its keep. In aviation, logic isn't always what it seems. Sometimes the best move is the one only you can make. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more aviation insights, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. Thanks for watching, and see you next time here on Skytrack Aviation.